Hello, folks. I am back with a firearms impression, and I was at the range earlier shooting my AR-15 pistol when I was about to leave and wanted to check out what was in with their new shipments of new firearms. And I happened to stumble on a firearm that I was looking for at least 2 years, and I could not find the exact firearm at all the shops that I go to. So I finally found it. I noticed that SIG have changed their boxes a little bit. Uh, they're a little bit different from your regular standard box. You just lift the tabs up, kind of like a fancy briefcase. And here it is. It is the SIG Sauer Emperor Scorpion Fastback Carry. That is a mouthful, I know. As this isn't a true unboxing, I opened this up in the store earlier, but it comes with your 8 round magazine. Of course, your other information that you have, such as your manual and so forth. And here's the firearm itself. So let me get the other junk out the way so you can see what comes with it. Okay, here it is. It is the Emperor Scorpion Fastback, and they call it that because of the curve in the back, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Let's just make sure this is clear. Like I said, there's two 8 round magazines, and as you see, it is clear. Unfortunately, I did not get a chance to shoot this at the range because uh, it was about not a closing time, but it was a mad rush because people were expecting inclement weather, so they wanted to get their shooting time in. Let me give you some information on it. So, as you know, this is for me. It's going to be a 45 ACP caliber. It is stainless steel, and the frame is a PVD coating. Slide is also a PVD coating. This is to resist rust, corrosion, etc. It's supposed to be a durable finish, so you can have this firearm last for a lifetime. Also, as you know, with most 1911s, they are uh, single action. I shouldn't have done that. I know I'm going to get some comments about that. Uh, also, let's see here. The barrel length is 4.2 inches. So this is a carry model. It's meant to be carried. And also, you have overall length of 7.7 inches, which is the overall length, as well as the height is going to be 5.5 inches, and the weight is at 35 ounces. It's not too bad a weight, in my opinion. There are some other 1911s that are alloy frame, but this is pretty much a steel frame, so it's not too heavy. I might have to check up on its whether it's to me. I believe it is steel. The other things about this, you have the G10 grips. I believe they're made from Hogue. You and what's interesting is this is the dark Piranha G10 grips. They're very good grips, but I've seen other people uh, buy VZ grips that would match more of the color of the firearm, and I think they're really cool. The VZ grips that match this FDE color, but I kind of like this because this kind of breaks up the color a bit. You have a black grip here. You have your magazine release, which is black. Of course, your trigger. And this grip also extends towards the back too, so you can get a really good purchase. Also, the controls are black. The extractor is black. You see the hammer as well. Uh, even the barrel I think brings this out a little more because the barrel is also black, so it matches everything with the controls. And as usual with some of the new firearms, especially with SIG, I don't know if you could see it really good, but there is a little bit of like I would say something like a crown, or not a crown, but there's a part right here where it helps with positive lockup. It's more like a internal bushing, even though it does have external bushing. But this enables you for it helps with the positive lockup when the slide is cycling. So I view that as a good thing. Um, Also, they have the Sig night sights on here. A lot of people might not like these particular sights because they are the Novak style, so there's nothing to catch on. Uh, Other things basically on here is the front strap checkering, and that this is one of the things I look for when I buy a 1911. It has to have that front strap checkering. I hate the smooth um, the smooth for on the front strap. I hate that when it's smooth. But this front strap checkering, I believe, is somewhere between close to 35 lines per inch, I believe, if I'm correct. And the reason, like I said, what the reason why they call it the fastback, because it has like kind of like a bobtail in the back for concealed carry. A lot of things I like about this. Like I said, I've been looking for this for a very long time. There, one other feature is the the magazine release. The magazine release has a at least kind of like extended, so it does help you reach that. Even though I still can't reach it properly with my finger, but I usually use my thumb to bring it down anyways. So that's not really a problem with that. That's something I've been doing for years, so it's not that much of a big deal. Uh, Outside, like I said, it does come with two 8 round magazines. You can also use various other magazines, so especially like Wilson Combat and these. Uh, One of the other things is this I forgot to mention. This does come in 357 SIG, and I'm surprised it doesn't come in a 9 millimeter, because 9 millimeter is really all the rage these days. Is make 9 millimeters making a comeback. So the 9 millimeters are in a lot of other 1911s, but so far I have not seen that from SIG, and they normally push their 357 SIG caliber, so that's something that they like to do. Uh, Other than that, there it does have a 5 pound trigger pull. The trigger pull is really decent. Uh, it doesn't bother me a bit. I mean, this is, like I said, it is made for carry, so it can probably smooth out, and it is adjustable triggers too. So 5 pounds, you don't want anything a little bit too light, lower than 4 pounds, but this is a really good trigger. Uh, the other thing about this, like I said, I was looking for this for roughly about 2 years. This particular model, they have a full size model as well. Like I said, this is the carry version, and one of the reasons why it's called the carry version, outside of the bobtail, it's smooth around the top, like a normal 1911 would be. Sig is known for having uh, slides that are squared off. And just to give you an example of that, here is its predecessor, and the predecessor is this is the Scorpion. This was discontinued 2 years ago, and the Emperor versions came out. The Emperor Scorpion versions came out, and this was the regular Scorpion version. It's not as, let's say, blingy as this one, but it does have the FDE. And this is I shoot this a lot. This is a very reliable firearm. This is one of those type of guns where you just shoot the crap out of it, because that's what this is. This is a shooter. You don't have to worry about whether you want to ding up a firearm or whatnot. This is one of those firearms that are like that. But the point I'm trying to make here, if you see here, SIG is known for having more of a square slide top, and with this, since this was the carry version, they went with more of a traditional top. So this version is going to be easier to find holsters for, and that's what you would want, because it's very, very hard to find holsters for something like this where it's squared off. And plus, this has a rail as well, and but this does cover it. There's no rail on it. I can't wait to shoot this. If it's anything like the other Scorpions, its predecessor, or the larger Scorpion, this is going to be a really good shooter. Like I said, I'm kind of ecstatic. It took me 2 years to at least find one in my store. I know I could have ordered it somewhere or whatever the case may be, but when it came to the store, for some reason, SIG just send these things out differently. They ship them out here and there, and this was at a very good price too. So it's not. I know a lot of people don't like the prices of SIGs, but this was pretty reasonable. You have to shop around. One of the other things I forgot to mention before I sign off here, this is definitely different from your average 1911. The true purists are going to say that they prefer a 70 series. Well, this is not a 70 series firearm. This is 80 series variant. You know what that means is this is your safety plunger here. Now, what else is different with this is SIG make their 1911s with extractors, and their extractors are very, very, very long, and they're very very good at extracting. What I mean by that is there are no malfunctions whenever I tend to shoot this firearm. There are no malfunctions or anything like that. And when I say shoot this firearm, I mean from my prior, the other Scorpion that I just showed you a moment ago. It seems like to me this works out fine. Some people are purists and some people are not. At this stage of the game with me, it doesn't matter. I do prefer a 70 series, but I will say this. I have had no malfunctions with the regular Scorpion. I'm anticipating the same for this. Well, that's all I have for now, and I will try to keep you posted on this. And at this point, I'm really glad that I found this. It took me a while, but feel free to send me any questions or whatnot about this. And happy shooting, #2A.